Big Ronnie saying if you don't watch this guy's YouTube channel, you're making a big mistake.
What is up, everybody? What is up? God willing, the camera will hold out tonight and we'll be able to have a video. We shall see. But hopefully, well, tonight, this morning, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. But hopefully you're having a wonderful morning. I think for the most of us, it's morning now. But hopefully having a good one and a good summer and a good beginning to August. Yeah, it's August now, and I haven't been doing many videos lately. I've had a lot going on, and haven't been feeling very well lately, to be quite honest. Have been to the doctors. Got to go back to the doctors. Got some tests going on, some things. I'm not really 100% sure what I'm dealing with or whatever. But just been a little under the weather for quite a while now. So that's played a part in my lack of content lately as well. I did manage to make it over to Midsummer Scream last weekend with Wet Movie 1, and I had tried to get that video edited and posted before this weekend, or, you know, I wanted to get it up Tuesday. Didn't happen. It's halfway edited. I haven't finished it. Yet, but I'll get it done. We'll get it up, and you guys will be able to see the fun that we had over there at Midsummer Scream. It was a fun day. With Wet Movie 1. Exhausting. Finally, when Wet Movie 1 and I both sat down in the car after the convention, we were beat. We were completely wiped out. So I did have a lot of fun, though. It was a lot of fun. But I've been putting off this video for a while now. So just a brief explanation of what we're doing and why we're doing it and when we're doing it. This is, I got home from the movies a while ago. Went and saw Haunted Mansion tonight with my daughter. We enjoyed it. It was a little long. I don't know why movie theaters, or movie companies feel like everything has to be over 2 hours now. This was not a movie that needed to be that long, but it was. But it was fun. There was a lot of funny moments, way better than that Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion catastrophe. We enjoyed the movie, walked out sharing some laughs of some funny moments that we really enjoyed. So it was a good movie. You'll be okay if you wait to see it at home. But if you can see it in the theaters, I don't think you won't walk out of the theater angry. I don't think. So don't want to get too much into that right now, because I do want to get to some unboxings of some things that a couple of you have been waiting for this video for probably close to 2 months. And it just hasn't happened. But I have 2 boxes here from Larry, the Batman fan. We're going to open those and talk about, this is crazy, these gigantic boxes that Larry sent. And then I have something from Gail here that we're going to open up and take a look at. So a huge appreciation to both of them for sending these things here. And I'm very excited to check them out. So we'll do that. But first, let me say good morning to everyone that is hanging out over here. Just about to message you. Well, how weird. Hey, I'm sorry. I haven't been dodging you. I've been dodging everybody, to be completely honest. Just been dodging everybody. I haven't been very active social media wise at all. That includes YouTube or anything. But I've got some messages. I need to start getting back to everybody. But you bear with me, please. Anthony, what's up? Good morning to you. And Fluffy Gamer. The Fluffy Gamer's in the house. What up, Fluffy Gamer? Brian Sanchez in the house. What's up, Brian? How you doing? And let's see, how weird. No BS agenda pushing on Disney's part. So That's an interesting thought with this haunted mansion movie. Um, I didn't really feel like there was an agenda being pushed aside from like an anti-Amazon. Obviously, Disney has beef with Amazon, and that's made abundantly clear at one point during the movie. But as far as like agendas, I didn't really see it. And now I can see where some people might go, there is an agenda here because um, so much of the cast is of a certain ethnicity. I can see where some people might say that. I did not feel that way. The movie, I did not walk out of there going, "Damn you, Disney, and your stupid agendas." I didn't feel that at all. Um, I enjoyed the cast; it was phenomenal. If there was one little complaint I have about the movie, aside from I think it was just too long. It didn't need to be that long. But if there was one thing that I would change about it, I would. I think the director was maybe intimidated by Jamie Lee Curtis and did not tell her to do a better job sounding like, because she's the girl, the woman in the crystal ball. Like if you're on the ride and you see the crystal ball and in that woman, as you're riding your doom buggy around, she's talking. Jamie Lee Curtis, her sounding like the witch or gypsy or whatever she's supposed to be. There was moments where it went like in and out between like her regular voice or her regular speech patterns and that. I thought she could have done a better job with that. Maybe they thought it was good. Maybe that's what they wanted. I don't know. But I just felt like Jamie Lee could have done a little better job with that, in my opinion, just my opinion. But that's just nitpicking. That's nitpicking. I enjoyed the movie. I walked out and was like, it was a good movie. Look at this. The Lurker, Balzer. What's up, Balzer? How you doing? It has been forever, and I apologize. Man, life is curveball after curveball after curveball lately, and Haunted Mansion. I can't remember the last movie I saw in theaters before Haunted Mansion. It's been a while, and I'm bummed because I still have yet to see um, Oppenheimer and whatever else has come out anytime recently. I just haven't been to the theater, so I am. I'm behind. I'm behind on everything, but like I said, I have not been feeling very well, and going back over to the doctors this week to get some more blood work done and try and figure out what's going on. But we shall see. I got some other tests and lab work and things coming up that we'll see very soon. You know what's going on, but just haven't been feeling well, and honestly, I haven't been feeling well for a couple months. And there's a couple concerns, things going on that I'm not going to get into, but some things that did raise it pushed my desire to go to the doctor. I hadn't been to the doctor in a while, but a couple things that I'm like, you know what, I need to get this looked at. So yeah, I apologize, but I'm just dealing with life on top of everything, and I missed you guys. I missed everybody. I love our chats, hanging out, and all this stuff. But man, I've been tired a lot lately. Just very, 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 very tired. So let's see. Look, Roshan. It is 5:21 a.m. in PA. What's up, Roshan? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. But with that being said, Mr. Jami, hello. Howard, was she better than Jennifer Tilly's Madame Leota? You know what? I don't. The Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion was so forgettable that I don't even remember. I did not care for that movie at all, and yeah, I don't remember, honestly, flat out, just don't remember. But But Jamie Lee, she's not a bad actress, and she looks the part, but she just, I thought she could have done better with her voice acting for this. All is good to watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Nice. That's another movie in theaters that I haven't gone and seen yet. Melatonin Chloroform. What's up? What's up? What's up? But with that being said, so we have a couple boxes here that one, Larry wanted me to give some stuff away. He sent things that are supposed to be giveaway items. So let's see how this goes. Let's get through this and maybe we'll spin the wheel tonight a little bit. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. But as I'm unboxing this stuff, if you all see stuff that you think is cool from Larry, not this thing from Gail, because I got to check this out. But if you see something that you're like, oh, I would like that, let me know, and maybe we'll give it away. So, but here we go. Now, I've opened the boxes. I haven't looked in them yet or gone through whatever Larry's put in there. I cut them open so I didn't have to just deal with that and, easily concealing their return addresses and stuff. So, but if anybody wants to send anything for me to open up on air here, there's a link down below. You can check that out. And this is something. So Gail is such a lovely human being. Gail had sent me a couple different things before, the Dr. Phibes movies and other movies. And forgive me, I have forgotten which other movies he sent. But he messaged me and was like, "Oh, do you want this or this?" And the one that I chose is this right here. Let me get rid of this. Here you go. From Beyond. I enjoy the Lovecraft works, I guess, but From Beyond, a Vinegar Syndrome release here. And oh, look, we got 2 discs. What do we got here? A 4K. Oh, we got 3 discs, a Blu-ray, and disc 2 of the Blu-ray. Well, let's see. We're going to have to look in the back. Additional information. Disc 1, the director's cut. Disc 2, everything the making of documentary. And following archives, everything making of documentary. So what's disc 3? I just see the 4K disc and disc 1 and disc 2. So it's really 3 discs, but they're labeling it 4K 1 and 2, which is kind of goofy, but it should say disc 1, the 4K version, but whatever. But anyways, a lot of special features and stuff if they're going to have a couple discs just for that. So From Beyond, I have yet to check this out. I need to check this out. It is Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, Ken Foree. Lots of, music composed by Richard Band, and directed by Stuart Gordon, executive producer Charles Band. I mean, a lot of good names behind this, and this is a movie that I've wanted to see, and so this was one of 2 choices that Gail gave me, and I said, oh, that one. So he sent this, so here we go. Going to be checking this out very, very soon, and I will do my best to get a review or an opinion video out of it afterwards. Paul Medina, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Fluffy, it's a contest. Everyone wants to win. Not just a Fluffy Gamer, but everyone likes to win. And Spirit Kid, what's up? What's up? How you doing? But Fluffy does enjoy winning, but half the time Fluffy doesn't enter. That's on Fluffy. That is on Fluffy Gamer. But here we go. Check this out. This is one of the 2 boxes that Larry sent. And I think the other one was sent first. And I will open them in chronological order. This is hysterical. Because of sharing the P.O. box with Wet Movie 1, he went to the P.O. box and picked this up and carried this home. This weighs 16 pounds, 2 ounces. And Wet Movie 1 carried this home from the post office. Hilarious. So, Larry, thank you very much, good sir. Here we go. We are diving in. Sorry, the camera doesn't zoom out any further than it is. So you're just going to have to trust me that I'm taking these things out. So Larry has packed this well, a bunch of paper in here to keep everything safe. Let's take a look at what we have in here. We've got a letter. Hang on just a second here. Okay. Let me, is this something that I should read on air? Let's see here. Larry says, hey, OGP, it's Larry, the Batman fan. I hope you're doing well. I've sent you several messages on Instagram. My apologies, Larry. A lot of people have sent me messages on Instagram, and I have not responded. I hope you get a chance to check them. I'm not trying to be annoying. I know we both have busy lives. I also recorded a short video mentioning you. Hopefully, you'll get to check that out. I'll do my best to check it out, Larry, along with gaming videos. Yeah, Larry does some like gaming reviews and stuff on his channel. So to give you an idea, the box has, looks like Larry's going into what's in the box here. And Larry, I'll finish reading the rest because Larry has written, he's taken some time to write a couple pages of a letter here. Larry, very cool of you. I will get into that. I will check it all out and I will respond to you. But Larry has sent this gigantic box full of all kinds of movies. And I think, and comic books, which he had mentioned he was going to send some comic books as well. So here we go. Let's dive in. Oh, got a couple folks just joining us here. Luke's Films, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? A lot of great Blu-ray box sets released come out recently. Yeah, and you know what? I've been so out of everything that I've missed a lot. And there's even I'm thinking there's stuff going on with Vinegar Syndrome that's going to wind up causing me to going and giving them some more money because Vinegar Syndrome has some good stuff coming out. And there's been a lot of good stuff in the world of media coming out that I've just have not been a part of recently. And hopefully I start feeling back up to it and get back out and get to doing stuff. Thoughts on Paul Reubens' death? I still can't believe it's real. Yeah. So, Mr. Family Guy, how you doing? You know, that's something, and thank you for mentioning that because that's something that we should address for sure. Since this is the first time I've been live or made a video since Paul Reubens passed, and it is sad news. Keeping in mind, though, I think he was 71. So at this day and age, anytime somebody passes away above 70. It's a bummer. It stinks, but people are getting old, and it happens. I don't know if they've released a cause of death or anything yet, but I remember I enjoyed Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Pee-wee's Playhouse, the show. I don't have anything negative to say about the guy. Now I know there was the one controversial moment that derailed his career when I think maybe he had a little too much to drink or whatever he was under the influence of maybe at the time, where he was in a movie theater acting inappropriately. And I think not to bash on the guy after he passed away. I'm not trying to do that at all, but that is like the elephant in the room when you talk about Pee-wee. And it was a bummer because his career, I think, was kind of on the rebound at the time. There were things coming, I believe, in his career, and what happened there derailed all that. I always thought he was a very funny person. You see videos of him sending messages and stuff. He always seemed like a very loving person. I've never heard anything. I don't know what type of person he was to work with. So as far as actors, directors, cameramen, or anybody, filmmakers, or TV people that worked with him, I don't know. I've never heard anything about what type of person he was to work with. But everything that he ever did professionally, I thought was very entertaining. He was very unique. and funny and one of a kind, that's for sure. And it is a bummer that he passed away. It is a very big bummer. If I am right, and he was 71, it is way too young. And it's just unfortunate, but so many people are passing away at a young age, and with medicine advancing and everything, we're all supposed to be living longer. We're not supposed to be dying younger. But it seems like lately that trend is kind of reversing. Just so many people that we enjoy and love for whatever different reasons are passing away at earlier ages. Bob Saget. I mean, what a freak incident if it truly was him laying down and bonking his head, and that's what got him. Just crazy to think that. So it's a bummer, and we're all very fortunate that from now to eternity we can continue to go back and watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure, anything that he was in or did. But Pee-wee's Playhouse it was a very fun show. It was goofy. You didn't have to be a little kid or anything to enjoy it. It hit with a wide range, like age range, and just different type of people. So it is a bummer. We'll miss him. Who knows what else we would have got from him had he not gotten sick. But I feel like, and I'm seeing Balzer believes it was cancer. And now that you mentioned that, Balzer, I did hear something that he was battling something for a while. So it does sound like probably cancer. And so Mr. Family Guy says battling cancer for 6 years that he kept private. Yeah. You know what? Louis Anderson passed away not too long ago. He was battling, I believe it was cancer, and did not tell anybody. And here's the thing. I understand when people get sick and they want to keep it private. I understand and I respect that, because, and I've had this talk like with my brother quite a bit. If you're dealing with something, whether it's the loss of, like, when we lost our mom, our brother, our dad, uncle, grandfather, everybody, my father-in-law, my wife's grandmother, who we love so dearly, and just so many different family members. When you're dealing with grieving, people like to grieve differently. Sometimes you just want to be left alone and decompress. And the flip side of the coin is the folks that are going through these things, that are the folks that are experiencing the cancer and having these health issues. I understand that everybody would want to send their sympathy or their condolences, whatever, but sometimes you need to just relax and be left alone. And so maybe they just didn't want the attention. They didn't want the sympathy, whether that's a pride thing or whether that's just something so they didn't have to continue answering what's going on. Sometimes it's easier just that people don't know what you're dealing with. So I respect that. And, it's a bummer. And hopefully Pee-wee had a good quality of life for the most of that 6-year battle. Hopefully he was able to do some things and enjoy life. My uncle passing away just a few months ago. I think it was like 2 or 3 months before he passed away. He was able to go on a Disney cruise with some of my cousins, his kids, his grandkids, his wife, my aunt. And so I'm very glad that he was able to do that. And, at that point, I think maybe he had kind of accepted his fate. But I think we all were still kind of hoping or optimistic that the treatments would get him back on the road to health. But it wasn't to be. We ended up losing him. But when the end is approaching, you want to be able to do some things that maybe you weren't able to do, or maybe you'd put off. And so I just hope that Paul Reubens, who Pee-wee, to me he's Pee-wee, and I don't think when we talk Pee-wee, there's a lot like if you see Aaron Paul walking down the street, and you know, to me, he's Aaron Paul. To a lot of people, he might just be Jesse Pinkman. So you know, Pee-wee was not, there was nobody else that was Pee-wee, you know, and I know that maybe Pinkman wasn't a great comparison, but that's who I thought of. I went to Breaking Bad talking about, you know, cancer and dying and the end of the road, and what would you do? How would you live your life? There are people who, you know, characters who've been played by different people. You know, if you saw George Clooney, you wouldn't go, hey, Batman. You know, but Paul Reubens, that was Pee-wee. Nobody else was Pee-wee. There won't be another Pee-wee. Maybe they reboot a Pee-wee's Playhouse at some point with somebody else. It'll never be Paul Reubens. It'll never be Pee-wee Herman. So, you know, to me, that's why I address him as Pee-wee. But yeah, I just hope he had some quality of life, was able to do some things, and not just be in pain or agony or suffering for the last few years. So bummer, definitely a bummer, hearing of his passing for sure. You should head to Barnes for the 50% off. I've picked up 6 or 7 titles. Nice. Howard. Very cool. And no, I have not been. My daughter wants to go down to Barnes & Noble. I have not been. Man, I haven't really, aside from some Dollar Tree movies a few months ago, I haven't really bought anything in the way of physical media in months and months now. So I do. There's a lot of things, a lot of titles out there I want to try and grab, and I haven't been. I've just been out of it. When I haven't been busy doing things, I've just been parked on the couch over here, watching a lot of movies and TV. And I just, over the last couple weeks, not even really, probably the last week, I just binged the entire Breaking Bad, all the seasons. And because with Better Call Saul ending, I was like, I wanted to see, because, you know, Better Call Saul took place before Breaking Bad chronologically. And so I just rewatched the entire Breaking Bad series, and then El Camino, the movie as well. And just, man, so many things that I'd forgotten, or Easter eggs, little things that I picked up on after watching Better Call Saul, you know, from the original show. Just very, very cool stuff. So I've just been spending a lot of time just trying to like rest and relax and not do too much. I just haven't had that much energy. So, you know, we'll see. Hopefully I'm feeling better and can get out. I'd love to go to Barnes & Noble. I might even just have to hit up online, see what they got going on. Antonis, what is going on? Antonis, been a long time. Yes. Hey, Antonis, hopefully you had a wonderful, wonderful trip. Italy and Greece, right? That's where you went. Italy and Greece. Luke's Films, another great actor passed away 3 days ago. Margolis, yes, died. Another actor, yes. You know, Mr. Chickadance from Ace Ventura. And that I'm not familiar with. Ace Ventura I've seen once, you know, a long time ago. But yeah, Margolis, phenomenal actor. And speaking of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, wow, did they cast him perfectly? And his, you know, his ding ding ding, his facial expressions and everything, just phenomenal. Such a great job. And of course, you know, did such a great job with Scarface, you know, in the movie Scarface as well. So very, very sad for them both passing. He was, I believe, 80 or in his 80s. So he was a little bit older. And I remember, you know, my dad once said that if he lived past 80 years old, you know, he felt like he would be playing with house money. So and that's a fair assessment, I think. If you hit 80 years old, you're doing pretty good. You're doing that, in my opinion. I wish we'd all live to 100 or forever, you know, whatever. But, you know, if you get to 80, you're doing pretty good, I think. But pardon me while I take a sip of Diet Coke. This is probably what's poisoning me. This is probably what is it's probably slowly killing me. And that's why I'm not very, not been feeling well. Probably the Diet Coke. But I do love my Diet Coke fridge. There are a couple more in there that I'm going to be breaking another one open soon, because this one's getting kind of low. But let's dive in. we've got these boxes from Larry here. I see there's a few more comments. Little J, what's up? Antonis, I see you there. I'm not ignoring you, but I want to get into these boxes. Bruce Lee Blu-ray Collector's Edition Arrow video set. Yeah. So I have the Bruce Lee Criterion, so I'm not going to be doing. I'm not going to be picking up the Arrow video. Looks cool. The box set looks cool, but I'm good with my Criterion collection, and I'm just going to stick with that. But I don't know. I have not unboxed or seen the Arrow video set. I've just seen like the pictures of it. Looks cool, but like I said, I mean, Criterion to me, that's the top of the heap as far as boutique labels, and I have the Criterion. I'm going to be good with that. Do you have it? Have you, or do you know anybody that has opened that Bruce Lee Arrow video set? And is it even out yet? Honestly, I couldn't even tell you if the Bruce Lee set came out yet. I don't even know. I know it was, or knew it was coming, but I haven't seen it. Just to be completely honest. Way up, dude. What's up? What's up? How are you? Hey, thanks for dropping in, hanging out. Got back to the USA on July 17th. Very nice, Antonis. Hope you had a wonderful trip. Did you already give your thoughts on the new Exorcist trailer? No, I have not. I have not. That is another movie on the list to see. So there's another movie out right now. Is it what's it called? Is it Talk to Me or something with the kids with the hand and stuff? Honestly, that one I'm not too excited about seeing. It's out right now. The Exorcist, man, I am. Ever since they announced it, I've been worried about that movie. I hope that it blows us away and we all start enjoying, or that we all enjoy it. But I'm not sure. But I've not given my thoughts on that trailer yet. Man, I'll tell you. One thing that I do need to talk about, and we got to get through this box, these unboxings, but that new Saw trailer, woo! Fluffy and I watched that the other night. Fluffy came up and we got to hang out, boy, for the first time, I think since like February. I think February or March was the last time I seen Fluff. And had a nice night. We watched a movie and just hung out and caught up for a while. It was really good to see him. But one of the things we did while he was up here was we watched the new Saw trailer, and wow, I am so excited for the new Saw movie, Saw X. And I got a poster over at Midsummer Scream from Saw X. And if you've seen Wet Movie One's video from, I think he posted it or he shared a picture of something, but Web Movie One put up a video from Midsummer Scream. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it yet, his video, but they had a Saw X experience there where they had so many props from older Saw movies and the new Saw movie. And then you got to sit down and they gave you this for free, where you're sitting there and it's like a green screen kind of thing behind you, but I think it was like just black or blank behind you, but they put you in this picture with Billy, and like you're on a like supposed to be in like a Saw, like one of the killing, the props or something. But that was very cool that they gave you this for free, and you got to walk through like this little like Saw museum. It was amazing. The actual Billy from the movie was there, and so many of the props from older movies and the new movie were there, and it was just so cool. I'm so glad that they did that. I did not expect that. I did not know that they were going to have something there at Midsummer Scream. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I'm so looking forward to the new Saw movie. And honestly, the Exorcist, I don't know if it's a trailer that's come out, let's say within the last month. I haven't seen it. So I remember watching something for the Exorcist like a while back, so I'm not sure if that's it or not. I'll have to check out that trailer and then give you my thoughts on that. Thank you very much, Spirit Kid. Thank you. And hopefully it's nothing big, and I just need to start throwing some vitamins or something and just getting a little better. But we'll see. Here we go, though. We've got to dive into this. And I opened this up and I took that paper out, and this is what I'm looking at here in this first box from Larry. Larry, you're absolute legend for this. And again, I don't mean to be ignoring a lot of comments. I see a lot of comments coming in, but I want to get to this, and then we could chat for however long. But let me get through this. So here we go, right on top here, True Lies DVD here, digitally mastered, the thucks. Very cool, Larry. I love this movie, True Lies. Who doesn't love True Lies? Such a great movie. I don't even know where I'm going to put all this stuff. I'm going to set it off to the side. But again, if you jumped in here a little bit late, big shout out to Gail, who sent this here from Beyond, H.P. Lovecraft's From Beyond. Very much looking forward to checking this out. 4K, thank you so much again for that, Gail. I'm really excited to check that out. Oh, and here we go. Look at this. Dolph Lundgren, Masters of the Universe. Very cool, Larry. Thank you. So very, very cool. Look at this. Here we go. In the Time of the Butterflies. Oh, Selma Hayek and Edward James Olmos. Wow. Very cool. I've not seen that. Look at this brand new DVD here from Larry. Wow. Look at that. Oh, I don't know if you can see that or not. From Circuit City. What? Hilarious. So Larry bought this a long time ago, never opened it because Circuit City has been gone for a while. I left that comment on there. Here we go. Continuing on. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Daredevil, DVD of Daredevil. Very cool. And again, if anybody is seeing anything that you're like, ooh, I want that, message me. Maybe we'll spin the wheel here. Look at this. Avengers Infinity War. Wow, very cool. Thank you, Larry. Look at that. Very cool. Here we go. Man, this box is this is packed. Again, this was a 16-pound box that Larry sent. Here we go. We have The Crow, Miramax Collector's Edition. Very cool. And of course, everybody loves Kill Bill. Very cool, Larry. Thank you. Look at this. Point Break, a classic, absolute classic, right? Everybody loves Point Break. Patrick Swayze, Keanu, Dawn of the Dead. Look at that. The remake there, Dawn of the Dead. Very cool, Larry. Awesome. What do we got here? Oh, Val Kilmer, Robert De Niro in Heat. Looks like Larry took it out of, maybe it had like one of those other boxes or something. But very cool. Great movie here. Heat. Love Heat. Very cool, Larry. And then let's see. Looks like, Larry's got some burn movies. Spider-Man Far From Home, The Lone Ranger, and Mulholland Drive. Some burn movies. Very cool. Good stuff, Larry. Here we go. Let's dig in. We got a 4-movie pack here of Stallone movies here. Very cool. Good stuff. And let's see here. Van Damme, Universal Soldier, The Return. Sweet. I don't know if I've ever watched this one. Everybody's seen Universal Soldier. Universal Soldier 3. What? Crazy. Is Van Damme in the third one? Does not look like it. I didn't even know they made a third one. Very cool. I'm going to have to check those out. Oh, and Dodgeball. Hilarious movie. Everybody loves Dodgeball. And Into the Blue. Is that the dude from Fast and the Furious? Is that him? I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this writing. Paul Walker. Yeah, it is Paul Walker, huh? Very cool. Into the Blue. I've never seen that either. Oh, look at this. John Wick chapters 1 through 3. Very cool. Man. I know 4, I think it just came out, right? 4 just came out, 4K and stuff. I haven't picked that up yet. Look at this. The Bizonians. This is a good movie. I watched this. I streamed this a while back. Good stuff right there. And a little like slippy case thing there. Interesting. Push. Man, have I seen this? Chris Evans, Dakota Fanning. I can't remember if I've seen Push or not. It sounds familiar. We got a Bond movie here. Wow, Larry's giving up a Bond movie. Very cool. 007, GoldenEye. Look at that. from back in the day. Man, was he 3 or 4 bonds ago? I can't even. I think he was. I don't know who the new Bond is. I don't even know if they've decided or what. I can't remember now. But Pierce Brosnan, maybe like 2 or 3 Bonds ago. But 007 Goldeneye, very cool. And Planet of the Apes over here, sweet. Oh, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Let's see here. Man, Larry has packed this box. Oh, The Tourist. This was a fun one. Angelina and Johnny Depp there. Very good movie. Enjoyed that. Oh, nice. Look at this. Look at this. Man, Larry, what are you getting rid of this for? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. What are you getting rid of that, Larry? What are you doing? What are you doing? Wow. Marked for Death. What? Larry, what are you doing? Oh, look at this. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Sweet. I don't think Larry's here. I think it's a little too early for Larry here. Throw in the From Beyond. Yeah, no. From Beyond is not a giveaway item. How weird. Yeah, but just that one. That was a gift from Gail. And I asked. He asked. He gave me a couple choices, and I picked that one because I don't own it, and I had yet to see it. So I have to watch that, review that. But that one stays. That goes on the shelf right here. And here we go. We have just an absolute ton of comic books. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go through all these or not, but look at this. DC's Superman. And this is cool. I really like this because this is, when you're looking at comic books, one dead giveaway for a lot of them on the value is the price. And when you get comic books that are like, priced at $1, $2, $3, a lot of those are too new, and they were just so mass printed that they're not worth very much. But the 75 cents and the lesser, like from comic books that were made in the 70s, 60s, those can be very, very valuable. 75 cents. I want to say this has got to be 80s. Yeah, May of 87. So, and it looks like wherever Larry got it, they were asking $4 for it. So, it's probably not, extremely valuable, but if you're a collector of comic books, this is cool. An 1987 Superman comic, The Mummy Strikes. Very good stuff, Larry. Very, very cool. And let's see here. When is this from? 75 cents from February of 87. So also from 87. Boy, and I remember this one. I remember that comic right there. Very cool. Another Superman. Oh, wow. And here we go. June of 88. Another Superman right here. Wow. Very cool. Check that out. And then we got the Immortal Thor right here. Wow. Okay. This is, no. This is Marvel free previews. This is one of the big previews from Marvel. I was like, because this is way too big to be a regular comic. From August of 2023. August 2023 shipping. So this is stuff that's coming out like right now. Very cool. Let's see here. Ninjak. I don't know this comic. Let's see this. So this is like $2.25. NIN Ninjak. I've never heard of that one before. Looks pretty cool. The artwork's really cool. Oh, there's another movie in here I didn't see. Gabrielle Union Breaking In. Payback is a Mother. There's just like random stuff in here. This box is so huge. Look, we got the Uncanny X-Men here. And man, there's just, look at this. Wow. Look at this stack of comics. Wow. I don't know that I'm going to go through all of those right now because we still have another box from Larry to open up. So let's see here what else is in this other. And then we'll kind of open up chat and see what's going on. If anybody wants to talk about anything else, or if we're going to dive into comics. Okay. So opening this one, this looks like just comics in here. Wow. Another box. And wow, look at this. Look at all these comic books. Man, maybe we need to do like just a comic book show, just going through comics. And I got a bunch of comics, but they're nothing that I've really spent a lot of time on the channel talking about. There was a video where, Fluffy and I found a whole boatload of comics in a dumpster a long time ago. And, we went through and talked about those, but never really went in too much into comic books. Bionicle from 2005, that's cool. Then you got Superman Unchained. And see, this is where, this is $3.99. So this is a relatively new from 2013. So the newer ones, if you're just looking at comics, if you're in a store and they have comic books, you want to find the older ones that like in the 50-cent, 25-cent range or whatever. Here's one that's $1 from 1992. So you can see the ones from the 80s were like 75 cents, now $1 from 92. Superman Action Comics, very cool. Oh, look at this. Oh, here you go. Look at this. Yeah, November of what year? I'm not even seeing the year, but this was 65 cents. A Daredevil comic that was 65 cents when it came out. Man, I remember going to the comic book store back in the day and buying comics when they were like $1. I remember like when the Robotech comics first started coming out, I was at the comic book store every week picking them up, or every month whenever the new ones came out. Gosh, was it every month or week? I can't remember, but I remember being down there all the time getting the new Robotechs, and yeah, they were like $1.50 or something like that. It would have been, maybe they were less than that. Maybe they were $1 or something, but back in man, it had to have been like 86, 87, 88, something like that. But boy, all kinds of Daredevil comics, Fantastic Four comics. Oh, look here you go. The Thing, man, good stuff. Oh, The Thing and Ant-Man. And here's like a newer one, Fantastic Four, some of the newer artwork. Oh, and here you go, The Crow, very sweet. Yeah, all kinds of comics. Yeah, very cool, Larry. This is really awesome. I'm gonna have to go through all these and check them all out. But man, let me set these down over here. Sorry, I don't want to damage them, but very good stuff. Are there comic book fans, or most of y'all just like more movie fans? Anybody into comics at all? Let me set these down. Oh, okay. All right. Very cool. Larry, that was awesome, man. Thanks so much for that. Set those over there. Huge stack of movies, lots of goodies to give away. But yeah, I'll dive into those, and maybe we'll talk about them, go more into them, kind of pull out some of the really cool ones or whatever in the comics. But yeah, what was I going to? There was some hearing a lot of reviews from Meg 2 saying it sucks big time. Meg, so I've never seen the first Meg, just not my cup of tea. So I don't really have high expectations. It looks kind of cheesy anyway. So I would believe that if that's what you're hearing, I would not question or doubt that. It probably is pretty cheesy. Let's see. Antonis says, I love The Exorcist, Believer, and it has been my most anticipated horror movie of 2023 since the beginning of the year, and the trailer got me way more hyped. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check out the Exorcist trailer here. I don't know that I will watch it right now. I don't want to have any type of issues getting the video flagged or shut down. But Exorcist trailer here. Oh, looks like maybe 11 days ago it came out. Okay, so maybe I'll watch it without sound. Oh, is that a 3-minute trailer? We got a school bus. We got somebody dropping either a younger sister or a daughter off for school. The friend is there going into the school. Up something happened. We got police lights going on. We're in the woods. Candles, things out in the woods. Blumhouse movie. Okay. Oh, somebody's in the hospital. Oh, the 2 girls are in the hospital. Oh, they're all kind of cut up. Oh, the one girl looks like she got a possession going on or something. Huh. Fluffy was all about Mad magazines. Yeah, I loved Mad magazines back in the day. How weird, just sold all my comics I had over the years 2009, 2018. Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. For me, I like my comics, that I enjoyed were, like as a kid, um, and stuff. The newer, or as I got older, I didn't really, buy or follow comics that much. So any of the newer stuff, I'm not too familiar with. So it looks like both of those girls were having issues. Oh, now the girl is all messed up looking, and she's walking through church. Is that blood she's covered in? She's like, look kind of purple. Maybe it's blood. But she's in church yelling, obviously like possessed or something here. And now we're back at the hospital. Oh, their makeup. They got her looking very exorcist like. Huh. Oh, making references to the old Exorcist movie, the original. Huh. So I'm watching the trailer for it right now, and I can't, obviously you can't hear the sound, but I'm kind of checking it out, and it's huh. It looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. I'm not going to sit here in silence just watching, but it looks pretty good. I'm going to definitely see it, and I'm hoping that it's good. I'm hoping that there's nothing in there that like bugs me, irks me, or anything. But we'll see when it comes out. And Antonis, I'm glad that you are excited for it. What I'm seeing here looks like if you told me we were going to make a remake of Exorcist, or we were going to make a proper sequel to an Exorcist, now this is kind of what I would expect a little bit. Um, but it's a movie that I definitely am looking forward to seeing, and I don't think this trailer doesn't raise my expectations or lower them. I'm still kind of status quo with my expectations of the movie, and probably for the better, because a lot of times when I get too hyped for a movie, I'm disappointed. For example, Saw X. If you've not seen the trailer for Saw X, it blew me away. It made me so much more excited for Saw X. So hopefully I'm not let down. That one looks so good. Let's see here. I hope David Gordon Green does not screw it up like he did Halloween Ends. Hey, yeah, you know what? I wonder, like, you get filmmakers and how much of what they do is forced on them by studios and stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't know. But we all know, and I think we all agree, Halloween Ends just sucked ass. It was horrible. There's a nice homage to the OG band trailer with all the black and white flashes. Yeah, and that's gosh, I'm just gonna have to wait and see. I think for me, the jury's still out on how good this movie's gonna be. Jude, what's up, Jude? In a while, forgive me. Yeah, I haven't been doing much. I haven't done anything in the way of videos in a while. I just haven't been feeling well, and I was mentioned earlier. Went and got some blood work done. Got to get some more blood work and tests and things going on. I don't know why, but I mean, it's really been going on for a couple months where I haven't been feeling well, and just haven't had the energy to just even get up and do a live stream, and so much less edit a video and stuff. But I've been sitting on these boxes here that I've needed to unbox for a while now, so I was like, I got to do this, and I was awake right now, so I was like, you know what, let's do it, let's do this, and do the unboxing and hang out and say hi to everybody, because I miss you all. I love hanging out, doing these chats, and just talking movies or talking whatever we're talking. I just enjoy it, and it's been way too long. So, Antonis. No, that's another one. The Red Door. It's in theaters, and I've been wanting to see it, and just haven't. Um, I just haven't been feeling well enough. And tonight I did. I went out, and my daughter and I went and saw a Haunted Mansion tonight. I have not seen Insidious 5 yet, though. But the Haunted Mansion, man, that's the first movie I've seen in theaters in a long, long, long time. Let's see. Not a fan of Blumhouse. Iffy, but I hope it's good. Yeah, and I'm right there with you. I don't dislike Blumhouse. I dislike Blumhouse for what they did to Halloween. But there's I'm not mad at Blumhouse as a production company. But yeah, we'll see about this. We'll see. It's Sunday morning here. Just started drinking coffee. Very nice. You know me. You know how I roll. I got the Diet Cokes over here on tap. I'm starting to just go and see the movie with no trailers. Yes, I like doing that. I did it with the new Evil Dead and Halloween Ends. I guess that's why I didn't mind Ends. I had no expectations. So for me, Halloween Ends, it's just, it wasn't, yeah, I mean, like, boy, we could get into that, just the Corey story. I didn't need the Corey story. I mean, they could have done so much with it. And I just, that Corey guy, God, so annoying. But going in, the new Evil Dead, yeah, I went in. I mean, we all like seen, the little snippets of the trailer and stuff, and it looked pretty good. But man, that movie just irked me. But I do enjoy going into movies without seeing the trailer. There's, I think that fresh, open-eyed kind of, what's this movie gonna be? But it's hard to avoid trailers because they put them out so far in advance and they're everywhere. But it is nice to watch a movie without a trailer. I do like doing that. Let's see. This year has sucked, but that's my opinion. Hope everything turns out good in health stuff. Not fun. Well, thank you for that. And yeah, this has been, yeah, you know what? I mean, there's been a lot of years lately that have sucked, over the last, really. I mean, there's a lot of good things at the same time, but then there's a lot of bad things. But ever since 2018, my life has been getting curveball after curveball after curveball. And I go back to, for me, and just in my life, I go back to my grandfather passing away in 2018. No, I take it back. He passed away in 2017, October of 2017. And since then, my mom passing away in 18, my brother passing away in 2019, my dad passing away in 2020. But I mean, and then my uncle just passing away. My other uncle passing away. My father-in-law. I mean, just so many people, close to me that we've lost. It's just sucked. The last few years have sucked. And then dealing with COVID, all the restrictions and everything, just the craziness of the world. There's been a lot of like crappy times lately. And we need to get past that, and I don't mean to dwell on that or be Debbie Downer or anything, but just, yeah, I've been kind of like very lethargic and just kind of like, I just haven't had energy to do much lately. And that's kind of part of what that, amongst a couple other things that have raised my eyebrows to make me go like, I need to go to the doctor. And on top of that, it's that time. I'm getting to that age, and so is Fluffy Gamer. So both the Fluffy Gamer and I are going to be getting video cameras stuck up our poopers, and I am not looking forward to that at all. Getting the good old colonoscopy here as we're in our late 40s, and so not fun. Not looking forward to that, but it is part of life. And too many people have dealt with and or succumb to cancer, and so it's just, you got to do it. Got to go do it. So Fluffy and I will both be doing that very soon. Not together. He wanted to do it together. He thought it'd be hysterical if like, we did it at the same time, but I'm good with that, Fluff. You go do your thing. I'm gonna do mine. We'll hopefully, fingers crossed, have good results from those. How weird. Yeah, I plug my ears and look at the ground and hum. My fiance loves it, but it's what we have to do now to have no expectations. You're right. It is very hard to avoid because when you click on a YouTube video and the commercial might be a trailer for a movie that's coming out. You just never know. Did you like the new Haunted Mansion better than the 2000? 100%. The 2003 Haunted Mansion sucked. It was bad. I don't like that one at all. But this one was good. I enjoyed it. It was a bit long, but movies are just doing that now. I don't know why they're making movies long. They just are. Didn't need to be that long, but I enjoyed it. There was some very, very funny moments, some good jokes, some kind of jokes that I didn't really expect from a Disney movie. So I did. I enjoyed it, and I love as you're watching the movie, so many different elements from the ride at Disneyland itself. And so I absolutely love that. I was hit in a car accident in 2014. Well, that sucks. It's where it started for me, and many deaths and family friends, including my fur baby passed. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. You know what? And gosh, we a couple of years ago had our dog that was 16, 17 years old, something like that. We had to put her down because her back legs weren't working and everything. And it just, she could not, I mean, just, I hate putting animals down. But it was just, it had to happen. Her hind legs were not working. It had to happen. So that sucks. Losing your fur babies, that is, sometimes just as tough as losing family members. So I feel for you, Jude. That sucks. Did you see the Wonka trailer? Yeah. So I'm not interested in that movie at all. Like at all. To me, the original Willy Wonka way back in the day, Gene Wilder, that's where it's at. Johnny Depp being Willy Wonka. I love most Johnny Depp movies. That one I can give two shits about. And this new one, I have no desire at all. Hang on, I'm going to grab me another Diet Coke here. And a big shout out to Robert C. for the Diet Coke machine over there. Yeah, I'm just, boy, I'll tell you, even, I don't know what's going on with my health. It sucks. But like sitting here, I'm like feeling good. And then all of a sudden, just, talking about Willy Wonka there, all of a sudden I'm like, oof, I feel like crap all of a sudden. It's just like absolutely feel like crap. And like I said, it's probably the Diet Coke. It's probably poisoning me. I haven't had a beer. I have not had a sip of alcohol since the last pool incident there at Matt's house out in Vegas. So June. Did not have a sip of alcohol at all in July. And it's not that I'm like avoiding alcohol. It's just I only drink socially and haven't been in a social environment to drink. Fluff was up here and he was not drinking. He had been sober for 28 days that day that he was up here. And so, Fluffy is fighting that fight. And Fluffy comes around. I'm not, as much as I love and enjoy drinking a beer with Fluff, for his health, I'm, and as tempting as it is, I'm not going to be the guy that's like, Fluff, let's go get a beer. Because I don't want to get him off track with that, as enticing as it is. But so I've tried Coke Zero, how weird, and I don't care for that flavor at all. I don't know the different sweetener or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I just don't care for it, unfortunately. I was hoping I would like it. I'm the opposite. I love Johnny Depp Wonka movie more than the original. And Antonis, I think I think you and I have had that conversation before, and I seem to remember you saying that. I think a lot of that has to do with our difference in age, because there is at least 20 something years difference in our age. And so you grew up in an era where that was what you were first introduced to as Wonka. And so I respect that. You know it's what you grew up with. I grew up with the original one, and I absolutely love it. Gene Wilder, one of my favorite actors of all time. I mean, some of the movies that he's been in, Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles, absolutely comedy gold. And I'm glad that we have those and that they were made, because the studios, nobody would have the balls in Hollywood today to make something like Blazing Saddles. It just wouldn't happen. How you agree on the flavor? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't care for it. One thing's for sure, I just need to stop drinking soda altogether. Soda pop or pop, depending on what part of the country or world you're in. Here in California, we usually just go with soda. But I know a lot of places call it pop. Some places call soda pop. But Diet Coke, I need to just quit it altogether. But I can't, because this is my lifeblood here. What keeps me going, what gives me the energy to make it through the day. My Diet Cokes. Wilder and Pryor together. Yes. No, those two. Oh man, may they both rest in peace. And they're, when you talk about stand-up comedians, everybody, on the Mount Rushmore of stand-up comedians, I don't think there's a question. Richard Pryor is up there. But yeah, Pryor and Wilder, man, absolutely hysterical. Yeah, good call on that, Balzer. Yeah, absolutely. Love anything that those two guys are in. If you're flipping along and you see that, who really flips anymore? I mean, I still flip. I'm an old fogey, so I still get the remote and flip through the channels. But if you're flipping around and you see them on, you just stop. You just stop and you watch it. And even if you've seen it a million times, you just appreciate it for how ballsy, how cutting edge, and how just pure. Like, it's just funny. It was just funny, and they weren't worried about getting canceled or anything. They were just being funny. It's tough, especially if you're straight edge, you get addicted to caffeine. Yeah, no, there's no question about it. There's no, I will not deny this at all. I absolutely have a caffeine addiction, because if I don't have my Diet Cokes, I start, you hear, people getting, hangry, you're like hungry, angry, right? You just moody, have a Snicker bar or whatever, right? If I don't have my Diet Cokes, or like if I don't have my caffeine, I get moody. Ooh, do I get moody? Yeah. I definitely need my caffeine fix. And, I'll drink coffee here and there and stuff, but when you live like basically in a desert and it's hotter than hell most of the time, coffee is not my go-to. Something cold and refreshing, and to me a good Diet Coke is that. But I'm definitely got the caffeine addiction. There's no question about that. I got the original Willy Wonka on 4K. Nice. On Black Friday at Best Buy last year or the year before. Might have it on DVD. The only version I know. I detest most remakes, and there's a reason. Yeah, I know, and I know you do, Jude. I know you do. I had watched that. I forget what it was called, but it was about the travesty that occurred in Waco, Texas, with the burning down of the David Koresh, right? David Koresh, and the whatever they called themselves there, but the original. And how many times do we have to rehash and hear these stories? And so I agree with you on that, Jude, as far as not needing to watch that new miniseries about it. But this one, I liked this one because it focused more on connecting the Oklahoma City bombing as a result of what happened at Waco, and some of the extremists that were so pissed off at what happened at Waco, how they got together and there were so many people, so many more people than the two names. And forgive me, their names are beside me right now. But the two people that were really responsible for the bombing there in Oklahoma City, there was a network of people behind that bombing because of what happened in Waco. And so I enjoyed it because it was like from a little different perspective. But typically remakes, reboots, I just don't need. And that's, one of the things that like kind of worries me about this Exorcist movie, the new one coming up. And I believe, if I remember right, it's supposed to be like a sequel or something, but so much of it looks like almost a remake or a reboot, the way some of the makeup and the way they're doing it. So I'm kind of concerned about that. So we'll see. I hope I like it. I really hope I like it. But remakes and reboots, typically I'm good. Typically I'm good with that. Johnny Depp can't play Gene Wilder, my opinion. Yeah, I don't know that anybody. And Johnny Depp, don't get me wrong, Johnny Depp is one of my favorite actors. He is phenomenal. Absolutely. Look right here. Look at that. Right there. Donnie Brasco, if you can see that right there. But anyways, and Johnny Depp playing Whitey Bulger, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But that just him as Wonka, I don't need him as Wonka. I didn't need him as Wonka. And I just didn't care for it. And I don't know that I'm going to watch the new one. I don't have any desire at all. Right. I saw the original TV movie, like Helter Skelter, and the Deliberate Stranger. Yeah. And that's, if you've seen it, and that, so in that sense, like with Oppenheimer, I mean, if you've seen like the Manhattan Project, there's been so many different movies or documentaries about the Manhattan Project. It's like, do we need an Oppenheimer movie, especially a 3-hour Oppenheimer movie? I don't know, but for me, that era, the 1940s, the development of the nuclear weapons is such an interesting time, because after that, I mean, we were already in the Industrial Revolution, but it's so funny that how after nuclear weapons were developed and used, how absolutely quickly technology and our society as a whole is advancing with things ever since then. So, I mean, you hear people saying, oh, well, after the first nuke was detonated, aliens across the galaxy detected that explosion and came here. You hear a lot of different things about, things that have resulted from, nuclear weapons being developed and stuff. And it is very interesting to me. The whole World War II, the idea that a guy like Adolf Hitler could convince so many people to follow him, being as absolutely big of a lunatic as he was, the idea that he could get that many people to follow him is crazy. And this is where some of it that's very interesting is at a certain point, people had to fear the Nazis and go like, well, if I don't go along with them, I'm going to die. They're going to, I'm going to put my family in jeopardy. So how many people really knew and like, were like, I'm my heart tells me what we're doing is wrong. How many of the Germans and stuff. I find it so interesting. And anytime I see movies or stories, even I watched the heck out of YouTube videos about World War II. It's so interesting to me. And so I will see Oppenheimer. I just haven't yet. I really want to see it. That type of stuff just is very interesting to me. And even though we've seen that story a million times. Let's see here. Where I might have missed some comments. Forgive me. The new Exorcist is a direct sequel to the 1973 original. And Antonis, and that's cool. And that's what I thought I heard. And maybe you, Antonis, were the one that mentioned that to me first. And so with that in mind, that excites me. I like that. I just hope that it's a true sequel and not like a copycat sequel, like where they kind of copy the original story. What I don't want is The Hangover 2. You know, like we saw The Hangover and we laughed our asses off, and then The Hangover 2 came out and we're like, wow, it's the same script. They just replaced Vegas with Bangkok, and you know, and just some of the same stupid jokes and stuff. So I just hope we're not copying too much of the original plot line with that. But that's cool. I do like that, Antonis. Well, it's Christopher Nolan, so I'm going to waste my time on that one because it's Nolan. Yeah, good stuff there. I mean, you know, Christopher Nolan, you know, there are some filmmakers that you're just like, okay, like Quentin Tarantino. All right, I'm gonna watch it, even if it doesn't sound like it's gonna be at my alley. If it's Quentin Tarantino, I'm gonna watch it. You know, yeah. Aliens. Wow. Could we talk about Aliens? And now I have not had a chance to watch the entirety of the congressional hearing that where they supposedly admitted that they have some type of organic being that is non-human. And so I haven't been able to decide for myself. I know Tom DeLonge has come out and said, hey, I've been telling you this for years. I was right. Like, he patting himself on the back. And I enjoy Tom DeLonge. I like, what he's done with the is it TTSA, To the Stars Academy, with a show that they had on the History Channel about aliens, UFOs and stuff. That I really enjoyed that. Blink 182, good band. I just like him as a dude. I think he'd be a fun guy to kick back with and maybe have a cold one with. And hear him talk about his theories more on aliens and stuff like that. But that is very interesting. And that's, I need to do some more research on that. But again, if I haven't been busy, I've been wrapped up, in Breaking Bad lately, just rewatching that. And there's so much of it that I forgot, and so many things that I picked up on after watching Better Call Saul that I really enjoyed. Breaking Bad, that's a show that I'm glad I have seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they're only on DVD. So I'm going to have to upgrade that, and I'm going to have to get the 5th season. But Netflix has all of Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and El Camino. But man, that alien stuff, Jude, that is we are in a very interesting time right now as far as aliens, because here's on top of that, now you have the people coming out, and this is something that's been debated for decades, is that our government, not only do they like to have secrets, but there is an element of our government that specifically focuses on disinformation, putting things out there to take our attention away from the shit that's really going on. And so here's the thing. Is this strictly disinformation? Is this trying to distract us from something that's going on? For example, it's kind of funny that we're announcing this now, and at the same time, Biden in the last couple of weeks started recalling military reservists, to beef up forces in Eastern Europe because he's concerned about Russia. So are we going to go to war with Russia? What's going on with that? I mean, but there's a lot of different things going on. And they love throwing darts at Trump, darts that inevitably are not going to stick. But whether you like Trump or not, like, you cannot have an ex-president in jail. If you care about the future of our country, we cannot have former presidents sitting in jail. We just can't. So it's not going to stick. But so we have all these things, these distractions in life that are, ultimately distracting us from things like all the shit that we put in our bodies that the government allows us to, that constantly keep us sick. So we need these pharmaceutical companies to, to keep us not from dying. So, I mean, it's like cycle. Like there's a reason Europe doesn't want our meats and stuff over there because they don't want the shit that we put in our food over here. I mean, and it's like the government, they act like, oh, we care so much. You got to go get vaccinated, the COVID thing, whatever. But we're going to allow you to put all this crap into your body, when these farmers and everything else are injecting steroids and whatever else in these cows. And, all this, I mean, like I could go on a random rant tangent here forever and ever with that stuff. But I'm just wondering, are the aliens and the timing of that a distraction from something else that we'll find out about later? We shall see. Have you seen The Sound of Freedom that the movie Disney refused to release? I have not, and I have heard it is absolutely phenomenal. I saw Robert Patrick posted something about and everybody like needing to go see it. So many people have told me that I need to see that. I have not. That is another movie that has come out in theaters that and it was only supposed to be out for a month, but it's still playing in the theater. I want to see that about child trafficking and stuff, right? And human slave trade or human trafficking trade, whatever. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I am surprised that anyone in Hollywood allowed that movie to be made, just because. Not to go, I don't want to go down another rabbit hole here, but 2 words: Jeffrey Epstein. Enough said with all that. It just, man, I need to see that, Balzer. I absolutely am dying to see it. And forgive me, what's his name? The lead in it, right? He was the one that played Jesus in the Passion of the Christ, right? Absolutely love him, right? It's gosh, what's his name? Because he's in one of my favorite TV shows of all time too. A Person of Interest, Caviezel, right? Or is it Jim Caviezel, right? Yeah, that's him, right? Passion of the Christ and Sound of Freedom and Person of Interest. I mean, like he's done so much good stuff. Absolutely love Jim Caviezel. Absolutely love him. Let's see. Germans did come home to their whole family dead because the man of the house wouldn't follow Hitler. I read many books. I agree with the beginning. Following him makes no sense, right? Yeah, it's the people that did follow him right off the bat. It's like, what are you doing? But then eventually, when he was in power, and it was like, follow me or die, as the song says. You had to. They had to. Just. They had to. And so many people over there that had to fight on behalf of the Nazis, probably didn't want to. And it's so interesting. And, I don't know. It's hard for me. I see anything about World War II. It's hard for me to turn it off. Will you buy tickets to see Saw X on opening night? I don't know. It just depends. Right now, with things that I've got going on in life, I don't know what my schedule is going to look like because that comes out at the end of September, right? I do want to see it. I want to see it opening night. I want to put out a non-spoiler review of Saw X for everybody to see and hear my thoughts. I'll probably be like one of mine where I do the first 5 minutes, no spoilers, and then go into spoilers. But I want to see that opening night, definitely. But I don't know if I'll be able to yet. Declassified Files came out online after 9/11, and my friends and I were downloading as much as we could. Aliens were in there, JFK, Marilyn Monroe. We shared our files back then. Wow, that's cool, Jude. And yeah, I'll tell you what. World War II, and I mean, just throwing out some things that are connected to World War II and the Nazis, the Bush family, the United States, like the war machine, the United States wanting to be in war every few years so that companies are building stuff and making money, and we need oil, so we have to go do these things, and it creates a lot of jobs and puts a lot of money in rich people's pockets. So all that stuff is very interesting, especially when you think about the fact JFK did not want to go into Vietnam and he was killed. And then almost immediately the puppet that replaced him took us into Vietnam. And then that puppet was like, no, I'm not going to run for a second term because, whatever excuse he put out there. But I think he knew that he had to. If he didn't take us into war with, in Vietnam, he knew he would get killed. So that's my guess, where he was like, you know what, I'm going to take you into war. I regret the living shit out of it. So I'm not going to go. I don't want to be president anymore because I don't want to deal with this. And a lot of people say JFK was our last real president because, almost every other president ever since has taken us into war. And, and so technically, I guess Biden hasn't taken us into a new war. He's dealt with some existing things. Trump didn't take us into a new war. He dealt with some existing things. But there is still enough going on. And these people like the Bush family, their pockets are padded enough that I guess they're content with what's going on right now. And maybe there's always something coming. If you look in the history of the United States, every 20 years, some shit happens. And it's just sad. And, we are 20 years out from 9/11, which is kind of funny. The timing of it all. You had 9/11, 20 years later, we have COVID. And what did COVID do? It made some of these pharmaceutical companies and politicians like beyond ridiculously rich. Beyond. So it is very interesting, very, very interesting stuff to talk about. And I can't get enough of it. I just eat it up when I see things like that. And that's the last time I was in Dallas. I went back to Dealey Plaza, and to the sixth floor museum again. And there is no way in hell for anybody to come out and say that it was one shooter and it was one guy and he was just mad at JFK. Anybody who believes that, you are kidding yourself. There's just no way that is accurate. So it's just any stuff like that, the conspiracies and stuff, I eat it up. Can't get enough of it. I just saw Fire in the Sky recently for the first time. Then now they say aliens do exist. I was freaking out. That one scene is crazy. Yeah, I know. Isn't it funny the way you like watch something and like here I am, for example, watching Breaking Bad, and I had just finished rewatching the entire show, and then Margolis passes away. The timing of things is just so crazy. Those original files went offline by our government by 2004. I think I have many floppy burn CDs. Wow. No, Jude, if you got any interesting, be careful. You got to be careful because you start putting stuff out like that. You don't want to go down like the two sailors in the Navy that were just arrested. One like up in like Santa Barbara County, I think. And then another one in San Diego just got arrested for giving information to China, which not cool, but you don't want to go down like them. You don't want to go down for like treason. Our government is going after fentanyl typo with China. China makes many of our prescriptions, so that should be coming back home with regulations. Yeah, it's interesting now, the timing, and maybe this is part of the cover up. Maybe this is why they're announcing the aliens, because this was another thing that I had heard. Did you hear just the other day, Joe Biden had America stop funding the lab in Wuhan, the lab that developed the coronavirus? We were still giving them money up until like last week. What the hell is going on? So maybe the aliens were to distract us from the fact that our government was still giving this lab money. What the hell is going on in this world? We live in a crazy, crazy place. Have you seen Silent Night, Bloody Night, 1972? Antonis, yes, absolutely love Silent Night, Bloody Night, Antonis. Great movie right there. Yes, comes out September 29th. Yeah, very much looking forward to it. And look at this. Balzer, the lurker, the legend himself. Thank you for the live stream. Thank you, Balzer. You absolutely rock. Always coming through, hooking up the channel. I love you so much, Balzer. You're an absolute legend. And God willing, one of these days, you and I will sit down together somewhere on the shores of the east coast of this country and toss back a cold one together. CIA killed Kennedy. Yeah. To me, broader picture, our government in general, I am 100% on board with the idea that powers that be in our government killed Kennedy. Whether CIA was a part of that, whether CIA acted alone in that, but somebody wanted the CIA to do that. And I believe that ultimately it was the war machine that makes money off of us being at war wanted that to happen. And so I will not debate you on that at all. And that's what's so funny is, you see the video and you hear the stories of people talking about how, shots were fired from over the grassy knoll. And then, there's a fence back there. And on the other side, there's a parking lot and there's trains and there's so many ways that they could have got out of there so easily while everybody was distracted looking toward Kennedy and they were, on the backside heading out. There's no question in my mind that our government was behind that. And as much as I've read and seen and experienced with the Kennedy assassination, I 100% believe, that our government killed Kennedy. Who all was involved? There's so many different theories that are very, very, very interesting, but CIA was definitely involved. Yeah. Recently rewatched Cannon for Cordoba from 1970 with George Peppard. Very good Western. Paul, I don't know that I've ever seen that, but I enjoy a good Western from time to time. I'll have to keep my eye out for that one. Paul, where did you watch that? Was it on a streaming service? I agree that our government killed both Kennedys and Marilyn Monroe. Hey, and with Marilyn being so close to the Kennedys, she had to go because maybe she knew something. Maybe there was information that she found out. Maybe she stumbled into a room and heard something she shouldn't have. Or maybe Marilyn was supposed to kill Kennedy and she wouldn't, so they offed her. I mean, there's a lot of different theories with that, but imagine now, because if social media existed when Kennedy was in office, we'd be mind blown, because Kennedy was like a ladies' man, right? So who knows how many different women or whatever would have been coming and going from the White House. And I'm not saying that is true or not, but we've all heard the rumors and stories, the connections between Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe. Was it just to protect his political future, or did she know something that she shouldn't have? And maybe like her drug abuse and addictions, a lot of that, was because of painkillers and stuff, because of all her surgeries. But and could you imagine plastic surgery back then versus nowadays? Like the advancements in medicine in the last 50 years. She probably suffered a lot from plastic surgery back then. But I just wonder, and I don't know enough about that to form where I really stand my opinion. Why was she killed? But 100%, no question, Marilyn Monroe. I don't think, if she didn't have the relationship that she did with Kennedy, I don't think she gets killed. Did you like Indiana Jones 5? I did, Antonis. You know what? And that reminds me. So I did go see, I saw Indiana Jones in theaters. I saw that was the last movie I saw in theaters. And after that, I think the one I saw before that in theaters was Evil Dead. But Indiana Jones, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people hated it, had issues with it. It wasn't the greatest movie ever. It wasn't the greatest in that franchise. I would probably say out of the 5 Indiana Jones movies, it was the 4th best. But yeah, there were some issues with it and stuff, but man, I love me some Indiana Jones. I love me some Harrison Ford. And so I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it. There was enough going on, and there was enough story, enough meat on the bones that I enjoyed it. There were some flaws. There were some CG issues, the de-aging and different things that were not great. But I didn't hate the movie. I thought it was pretty good. It's one that, being a fan of the franchise, it's one that I'll wind up owning a copy of at some point. Speaking of franchises, I just saw at Walmart the other day, Scream 6 movie collection, Screams 1 through 6 is out, but Walmart just had it on DVD. I don't know if that's out on Blu-ray yet or not, but I don't think I'm going to buy that because knowing we have another Scream coming, I'll be, let's wait until the whole, until it's done or whatever, until, like Halloween or something, we get like a 10 movie box set or something like that. I'll probably wait for that, but yeah, Indiana Jones 5 was good. Yeah. Okay, you got the Blu-ray from Kino. Okay, very cool. Man, Kino, very underrated label. Kino has put out some very good stuff. People don't talk about how Monroe died and was so disgusting. The first ambulance that showed just drove around for an hour, then came back, and then it was aired on TV. Wow. Yeah, and that's maybe I need to go and watch and learn more about her passing. I know it's very controversial, but yeah, I'm not well versed in her passing and stuff. Her shit on the wall, blood on the bed. She was train raped, stabbed, and forced overdosed. Her body was moved a few times, which caused many bruises. Wow. Yeah, I know her, her passing is very, very sad. And, it's funny talking about, I was just thinking about this because I was just in Palm Springs and I was thinking about this. In Palm Springs, they have that gigantic Marilyn Monroe statue, the recreation of her with the, the wind blowing up and her holding down her dress. And so many people in Palm Springs have an issue with that statue. And I love it. I think it's great. It's very iconic. And it's a tribute to her. And I don't understand why people would have a problem with that, especially with as progressive and risque of a community as Palm Springs is. Why would they be so offended by that statue? I don't know. And that bothers me. I think that I absolutely love that statue because when you think classic Palm Springs, you think Rat Pack, you think Marilyn Monroe, so many of the icons from the 40s and 50s had homes there or were seen there, hung out there. And so, and Marilyn Monroe was one of them. She had a home there. And I don't know. It bothers me that people don't like her statue there. She was murdered. Yeah, no, 100%. I am 100% in agreement with you on that, Jude. It's sad what happened to her. But again, Balzer, thank you for the super chat there. Absolutely, man, means a lot. It really does. So, but anyways, yeah. Hey, well, look at that. Hour and 38 minutes we've been hanging out. I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere. But does anybody else got anything to talk about? If not, it's 3:54. I might have to go put in From Beyond. I need to check this out. I've been looking forward to watching this, and Gail's an absolute legend for sending that. And if you've been messaging me, anybody, if you've been messaging me on Instagram and I haven't got back to you, please accept my apologies. Again, I've been feeling under the weather, and I got to get back in the swing of things. I've been seeing a doctor and got to go back, and hopefully we'll figure this out. But it's funny. I was talking to somebody else recently, and I don't want to mention who it is because of, their privacy. But there's somebody else who's dealing with something very similar with what I'm dealing with, just not been feeling good for a while. And I've heard other people talk about just not feeling great for a while. And I'm really worried. This is a true, genuine concern of mine right now. It's been a while since we've all got vaxxed from COVID. And I was very, very anti-vax because I don't like putting anything in my body that I don't absolutely have to. But there were so many things in life that I could not do until I got poked. And so I caved, got the Johnson & Johnson. And I'm worried now that what I'm dealing with, is it a side effect of the vaccine? Our next door neighbor is a nurse. And she has said that some of the vaccines are basically outlawed in the United States now. Scary stuff. They made us all get poked with it, and now it is outlawed. So, yeah. Nope. Balzer and you know what? And wife and kids did not get poked, and I'm glad they didn't. And it's funny. I've seen some funny memes and stuff lately about, people selling unvaxxed sperm. Man, absolutely. To me, that's just hysterical. But hey, moving forward, man, are we all going to regret that vax? It's I wish I hadn't done it, but I wanted to go to conventions and stuff. Here's the thing. There's some vaccines that, okay, we've been getting poked by them, for 50, 60, 70, 80 years or whatever. Got a little faith in those. Something that was developed and, put on the market in like less than a year. That's scary shit. That is scary shit. So we'll see what happens. I hope it's not something to do with that though. The band's doing merch. What your shirts? Oh, dude, no way. Shirt size. I usually do a 2X. Sometimes, I could fit in an XL, but I usually do a 2X. Dude, that's awesome. Send you a gift package once we get out. Nice, dude. So cool, man. So the Clown Motel Massacre, I've given up on getting that dude to ever give me rights to the song. In fact, and he just was posting something about signing a contract with some record label. So that's done and gone. But there's something interesting about Clown Motel that I did not realize until, and this is a big thanks to Gail. Hang on a second. Gail sent that Dr. Phibes 2-pack movie, Abominable, and is it The Abominable and the Return of or something? But watching those, I recognized the font immediately. And that font is the same font that we're using for the Clown Motel Massacre movie. And the font is called Dr. Phibes, or it's just called Phibes or something. And I was like, oh, no way. So I'm putting together a connection. And there are some elements of the Clown Motel Massacre that I understand why the director did certain things. He was kind of paying homage to Dr. Phibes in certain aspects. So that scene where I lost that song, I'm looking at, and I have to recut the whole scene too, to make it match the new song. And so, but I'm actually looking at, and if you've seen Dr. Phibes, you'll understand like a more like classical opera style song over that scene. And so that has to get dealt with. But I was so, bummed and frustrated with not getting that, and it was holding out hope to get that song. But it's time to move on. But then again, and now over the last couple months, I haven't edited a YouTube video or anything in months, just because I just haven't been. I'll sit down here at the computer and get ready to start going, and it's just like, I just feel like crap. I just want to go lay down. And hopefully we can, with the doctor, we can figure out something to get my energy level back up, to get me wanting to do things again. So I feel the same way. OGP, it's a scary thing. Yeah, right. It is very scary. Yeah. And hey, here's the thing. A vaccine, you know, if it's supposed to protect you from what's going on, like, you shouldn't have to go get 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, right? So scary stuff. My mom's friend got vaxxed. The next day had a heart attack, and her 40-year-old son got it, and 3 days later had a heart attack. Wow. That's scary, Mr. Johnny. That is scary. That's horrible stuff. Have any movies been pushed back to 2024 you were looking forward to seeing this year? There's something. Well, there was something that was supposed to come out in December that got pushed back. I'd have to look it up, but there was something that was supposed to come out in December. Let me see if I've got my notebook here handy. Let's see. Where is I've still my notebook where I have all the movies that were supposed to be coming out, but I don't know where it is right now. I don't know. Huh. Interesting. Because I made the list when I did that video at the beginning of the year talking about movies that I was looking forward to coming out this year. Should be right there or right here. And I don't see it. So I don't know where that list went. But yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I don't know where it went. But there's, I believe there were some movies that got pushed back. So the actor strike, that's pushing back movies that weren't supposed to come out till next year or later anyhow. So there will be things pushed back. We're going to have, like with COVID, we had a gap where we weren't getting any new movies and stuff because they weren't able to make movies. And now we're going to have a gap because they're not able to, make movies because everybody's on strike. Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure on that. You get some Barbara Crampton boobage in From Beyond. Decent. Yeah. Hey, looking forward to it even more now. Very cool. Hilarious. Who got it? Is you watched the Barbie movie? I have not. So, and to be quite honest, and this is something else that I kind of wanted to talk about on this stream, that moving forward, I want to get, and we talk movies a lot, and I'm all for talking, whatever type of movies, anything coming out that's interesting and stuff. But I want to get more focused on horror movies, like horror, haunts, Halloween, those type of things. Talking, movies, anything, from back in the day, from the 80s or anything like that. I love it. Any new movies that come out that are good. I love talking about that stuff, but I want to make the channel a little more focused on horror movies. Because I think with the audience right now, we're just, I think if we narrow the topics, I think maybe we'll attract more audience members, because some people go, oh, I don't know what OGP is going to be talking about today, so we don't want to tune in. So if they think, oh, okay, OGP's on, he's probably going to be talking about some horror stuff, I think maybe more people will start tuning in. So I'm going to get, kind of focus on that, but we'll always talk anything good that's coming out. And it is very interesting that they're saying now that the Barbie movie is expected to make $1 billion. Some people are even predicting that it may get up to $2 billion, which is interesting. It's very interesting. I if you would have told me that a couple months ago, I wouldn't have believed you. But it's doing very well. People are loving it, but it's not anything that I would care to see for multiple reasons. It feels like it's going to have a chick flick element vibe to it a little bit. It's about Barbie. And I like movies that typically involve somebody getting whacked, somebody getting killed, whether it's a horror movie, sci-fi, action. I like violence. I like adventure. I like chaos. I like deception. So I don't, Barbie is just not a movie that it's going to be on my list to ever check out. I'm sure my wife, at least one of my daughters, would probably really enjoy it. But it's not, it's not like in my wheelhouse. So I don't anticipate ever watching that. But everybody that's watched it has had positive things to say about it. I got all Pfizer shots and I haven't been sick since, but no reaction. I just feel down due to other stuff. People think shots are killing people in sports. No, and Jude, so LeBron James' son, right? Bronny had like a heart attack on court. Was that related to a vaccine or something? I don't know. Who knows? And to me, I think it's just like, for example, I know somebody who's in his 80s and has smoked cigarettes since he was 13 years old. No lung cancer. There's other people that smoke cigarettes and get lung cancer and die in their 40s. So in order for certain illnesses and stuff to hit you, you have to carry certain genes that kind of kickstart these things and make them fight your body. And so I think there are some of us that are going to be possibly impacted by side effects from these vaccines. I think there's some of us that won't. And maybe and hopefully someday we find out that there are no side effects from these vaccines and that it's just other things that are getting us sick. And that's very possible. So, I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert, on the subject, but it just, based on knowing or hearing of multiple people feeling kind of or experiencing symptoms like I have been, they've all been vaxxed. It's something I think worth thinking about or talking about. Robert McScott, what's up, Robert? Hey man, how you been? It's been forever and missed you. Robert, did you make it out to Midsummer Scream? Web Movie One and I were there Sunday, and we didn't see any of the homies. I think everybody was there Saturday, so we were a little bummed about that. We did run into a couple different people, had some nice conversations with some people meeting them for the first time. I did see Nick. So I shouldn't say any of the homies, but as far as Nick is he puts on conventions and has booths and stuff. I'm talking about just the buddies that, our friends that go to these conventions as fans. We didn't see any of them, but got to see and talk to Nightmare Christie and some of the folks over there. Brian was from Nightmare Toys is out there, and Phil from Nightmare Toys is out there. Could talk to them for a bit. So that was cool. Just had a good time, but I didn't get to see like Robert or Chris, or Fonzie or Fonzo or any of the legends that go to the conventions. Usually a shot that's bad should kill you 3 to 4 months after, but I'm not a doctor. Yeah, me either. And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I don't know. But who knows? Who knows? But it's just scary and it's crazy that if this virus came from the Wuhan lab, why were we still funding them until like a week ago? Barbie, pass. I'm with you, Jude. 100% pass. Oh man, I'm hanging in there, Robert. I'm hanging in there, and hopefully you're very well. Won't be seeing Barbie either. Don't blame you. Yeah, didn't go to Midsummer. Oh boy, Robert, I'll tell you, you missed out. The Saw experience that they had there, the Saw X, was phenomenal. They had, wait till you see the video. I've got such good video of some of the props that they've had from some of the Saw movies, the older ones and the new movie, and the Billy the puppet that you see from the movies was there, the actual prop. So it was a lot of fun. That Saw experience made it for me. If nothing else, I was glad to go to that. Going to Creepie Aftermath. Yes. Nice. Very cool. Yeah. I got the Rose McGowan picture over here waiting to get signed amongst other things. Yeah, I was telling Nick, he's going to bankrupt me because all the great names he has coming to Creepie Aftermath. And he said, Nick was saying And he and here's the thing. As much as I talk to Nick and love the guy, he's a great dude. He doesn't give me any spoilers or insight or teasers into any names or guests until they're announced. So I find out when you all find out. But he did say that the Creepie in February, next February, is going to even one up Creepie Aftermath. So I'm like, dude, this is crazy. It's absolute madness. I can't wait for it. But yeah, I'll definitely see you there because I'll be there both days, Robert. So I'll definitely see you there at Creepie. Have you seen a movie Necrotronic? Necrotronic? I mean, so I've seen, where is it? I've seen Necromantic. Are you talking about Necromantic, or is there something called Necrotronic? But yeah, this is some weird shit. And I don't think I'll ever watch it again, but it's in my collection. But Necrotronic, no, I don't think I've seen that. Also going to H45, right? Of course, gotta go to H45, 100%. You got Rose's photo op too. Nice, very cool. Yeah, no, and so I haven't released the video from Midsummer yet. I started editing it. I just haven't finished it. I just got to get on the ball here and get that done. But it'll be coming out soon, Robert. People I know have gotten long COVID too. It makes me feel sad. Yeah, because they get it and it just doesn't go away for like months, right? And fortunately, I'm very grateful that Master Chaos, he had COVID. It sucks. He got COVID on vacation. He went to see, back east to see family in Florida and got COVID on that vacation, and then could not go give his family a hug. That sucks. So, but he got better. He's over it now, and I'll be seeing Master Chaos. We're going to be going to a Severin Film Festival in 2 weeks on the 19th. So I'm going to be hanging out with Master Chaos on the 19th. Very, very excited. Haven't seen Master Chaos in forever in person. Looking forward to hanging out with him. He's such a fun, good dude. I love hanging out with him. Very much looking forward to that. A couple weeks. So I'll have a video from that day too. Ontario Convention is in my backyard. It's about 15. And that's awesome, Robert. That is awesome. Yeah. Being that close to Ontario Convention Center, it's so cool. What up, OGP? Good to see you. And Wicked Network, good to see you again. Yeah. And so I had mentioned, earlier that, I've been, kind of, I don't know what the health issues are that I'm dealing with, but just over the last couple months, haven't been feeling great and been very just tired and just lethargic and just not doing much. I've been to the doctor. They took some blood, gave me some instructions. I got to go back, get some more tests and do some other things. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on and get me a little more, energetic again. But on top of that, just, other things going on. So I've been out of the loop for a while, and I apologize about that. And my big thing is I've missed you all. If anybody's missed, hanging out and doing these, having these videos, I've missed you all way more than you've missed me. I'm sure. Believe me, I just hanging out, talking movies, talking whatever is so much fun. The core group of legends that always come out and hang out with us. You all are just such fun and cool people to hang out with. And so I miss doing these. There's been a couple times lately that I've thought like, oh, I need to, I'm going to do a live stream. And then I get, up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do this. And then I just don't have it in me. I just need to go lay down and relax. And so, it's been tough. And so, hopefully things, are going to turn around here now that, been seeing the doctor and stuff. And so got to change my diet a little bit and I got to ditch the Diet Coke, but, one day at a time here, one day at a time. So, but we'll see how things go. But I miss hanging out, with all you. I miss Comic-Con by choice, knowing I needed to meet again, also save money. Yes. I usually go with no plans of running into anyone I know. My plan is to have fun, even if alone or with one other friend. Yeah. And the going, and that's one thing with going to these conventions with Wet Movie One. We have so much fun seeing all of our friends that we get to see there. In addition to the other things. But it's just, there's so many good people that I've met at those conventions that I love seeing. And like Tiki Ghoul. I haven't seen Tiki drop in here tonight. So and plus it's 4:15 in the morning here. So she's probably in bed, but absolutely love getting to run into Tiki and see her for a bit. So just so many friends. It adds, it's icing on the cake for the conventions, but you can still have so much fun. There's so much to do and see at those conventions. And that's what we just usually wing it. But I always, we usually go in kind of with the game plan as far as what autographs we want to get or merchandise we want to pick up, things like that. But seeing stuff, seeing people is such a good part of it. And and Robert, man, and fingers crossed that I haven't heard anything to the contrary, but fingers crossed that we get the John Carpenter signing again this year, and we all can go get that one more item. Because, man, I'm telling you, I got some stuff. I think we all have stuff that we can get John Carpenter's autograph on, right? To something else. So very much looking forward to that too. In addition to like H45 and Creep IE. Mental health is real, and I know that feeling. Yeah, and so Wicked. I think for me, mental health has played a part in it. Feeling down and being kind of bummed, just because of all the things that life has thrown at me or us in general over the last few years. It's been tough, and it's kind of a side effect. Also, it's making it hard. Because of like physically not feeling right for the last couple months. It is, and I haven't mentioned, there's been some streams and some videos and stuff that I done not too long ago where I wasn't really feeling right and stuff. And I didn't bring it up, but, just kind of thought I would explain, some of the reason for some of the absence. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a live stream today. And then I get ready to start doing it. I'm just like, ugh, I need to lay down. I just don't feel good. And I'm struggling through it right now. I'm like, I got a sweat going on. I don't know what the deal is, but it's not like a hangover, but imagine that's like what I told the doctor is this is what I feel like I've had a hangover for a couple months. And that's the best way I could explain it. If you've ever dealt with a hangover from too many beers or whatever, alcohol or whatever, that's kind of the way I've been feeling for the last couple months. It's not fun, but it's definitely kicking, my butt mentally as well for dealing with it. You sound like me with your symptoms, but it's situational depression that's finally hit you. Just a question. No, so I mean, with everything going on, losing all the family members and everything, I think, depression has been an issue for me for a while. Make no bones about it, since, whether it's, well, I don't even want to get into it, but, I've for years off and on seen like a therapist at the VA. But I've always been able to kind of deal and be good and positive, optimistic and appreciate and enjoy and love life. But I'll tell you, when you deal with so many things, like so many of us have, the loss, it's just been tough. And so it's definitely hit me. But right now it's more like a physical thing that I'm going through. But it is tough mentally because of what I'm dealing with physically, as well as the loss and losing my uncle a few months ago. It just absolutely sucks. He was just one of the most loving, kind, generous people I've ever known in my life. To lose him just really stinks. I really hope you feel better because I miss all the lives and uploads. And Balzer, I miss doing them, and I appreciate that. And I'm trying, and I don't want you to feel like I'm quitting or giving up here or anything. And I'm not trying to just like make excuses, but maybe I've just, it's possible that, for a year and a half, I pushed myself hard, like to the limits, with everything else, just life. And, trying to make sure getting the videos and putting out so much content and all that stuff, amongst other things I have going on in life, I've spread myself pretty thin. Maybe it's just catching up to me. Maybe it's just catching up to me. I'm not sure. Let's see. Hey OGP just watched Play Misty for Me 1971. That chick was crazy. Take care, buddy. Rock and Roger, very cool. Yeah, Play Misty for Me. I don't think I've seen that. 1971. These great movies come out in the 70s. But good to see you dropping in, Rock and Roger. I did find out that I have situational depression after tests, and St. John's wort helps my mood 2 a day. Interesting. And that's, I know, I do have like pretty substantial like mood swings. A lot of it has to do like with eating. Depending on what I eat. When I eat healthy, I feel a lot better. And that's a lot of times, like I'll go out to Vegas, and when I'm hanging out with Matt or any of the guys out there in Vegas, typically those few days we eat like shit. We just eat crap food all the time. And then like after being out there for a couple days, I'm like, I have to eat something healthy. I cannot do another meal at a taco shop or McDonald's or anything. I have to go eat something healthy. So I know depending on how I eat, that definitely impacts how my mood and how I'm feeling. But there's other things too, like things get on my mind, stress and stuff. It's tough. Life is not easy, especially in with Jude, everything you've dealt with in life. I get it. And, hopefully that St. John's wort, that's very interesting. And I might have to look into that myself and see if there's any benefits that I'd get from that. Very interesting, Jude. We understand OGP. Just take care of yourself. That's the most important. Well, Spirit Kid, thank you very much for that. And I'm doing what I can, and just been trying to take it easy and get rested and get to feeling better here. I'm waiting for John Carpenter 2 in October. I hope, right? I know. I hope. I have the card from Christine for him to sign. Nice. Very cool. And, I had thought, I was kind of thinking this. I was kind of thinking like, a nice JC up here in the corner would be very cool in this. But I'm not sure. Big Trouble in Little China poster. Running over bubble wrap from that's either from Gail or Larry's box. Running over the bubble wrap. But Big Trouble in Little China poster would be pretty badass too. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get from John yet, but yeah, fingers crossed that he's feeling up to doing that signing again. I still prefer Kingdom of the Crystal Skull more than Dial of Destiny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with those two, Antonis, but yeah, I just, Indiana Jones, to a certain extent, I've enjoyed all the movies. I'm not hating on any of them. But as far as putting them in order, yeah, I don't know. I might go Dial of Destiny above Crystal Skull. I'm not sure. We have to take care of ourselves physically and mentally. 100%, Robert. 100%. Yep. We're getting older and we need to have a better diet and exercise routine. No, you are absolutely correct, Wicked. 100%. And that's one thing. Last summer, I went out and started walking. I was walking a lot. Man, I felt good. And like in a couple of weeks, I lost 10 pounds, like really, really quick. And I need to get back out and do that. And I keep telling myself, I'm going to go out. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go for a walk. And then man, I every time I start thinking about I need to go do it, I give myself an excuse and I don't, but I need to get out there. Still waiting on your hat. No, Jude. And I promise you, you will receive your hat one day. I've not forgot about you. Believe me. And that is one thing that I'm like, I'm telling you, I have so many messages that I have to respond to on Instagram that people have been sending me and stuff and different things, but no, Jude, Balzer dropped the coin for me to get that hat for you. It is coming your way. I promise you this. I promise you this. So hang tight. And you know what? I'm gonna put a priority on that to get it done in the next couple days your way. So it's coming, Jude. And plus, you're getting more than a hat. There's more coming your way. So that it'll be a surprise for you. But I think I kind of teased that I was going to send something else with that. But you got something coming your way. But Home Slice, what's up? How you doing? Good morning to you. Last year, John signed my 4K copy Escape from New York. That's awesome. Yeah, see, and man, that's why. So do I get this signed, or do I get like, because this is like the display, right? But you know, like the 4K copy itself with the slip or whatever would be cool. This is cool. You know, the little record, you know, that came out, you know, with the theme song and stuff would be cool. So I don't know. I just think in silver, a little like JC up here in the corner would be pretty cool on this. But I'm not sure. We got time. That's the beauty of it. We have time to kind of figure out what we're all gonna get signed from and stuff. Look at here he is. Here he is. Robert C's in the house. What is up, Robert? I'm drinking a Diet Coke, Robert, that I pulled out of the Diet Coke fridge over there, hanging out with Mr. Ghostface here, all courtesy of the legend Robert C. Robert, I hope you had a wonderful night at work. We're just hanging out. I unboxed the movie here From Beyond that Gail sent, and a box of movies and comic books that Larry, the Batman fan, sent. And just telling everybody, you know, kind of what's been going on lately and stuff. But Robert, hopefully you're doing very well. And I've missed you. I've missed everybody. And glad that you're able to drop in. And hopefully you had a great night at work. Hopefully it was a nice, easy one for you there. Understand the heat around the world has been hell, especially here in Texas, triple digits all the time. Hard to enjoy outside activities. Yeah, it is. It's very crazy. And it was weird because June was so mild. June was like very mild. And then July came around and wham. Oh man, did it get hot. Like it got hot. Now I know Texas was hot in June, but California, it was mild. And then July came around and this heat has kicked in and it is not going away. I think Phoenix broke like a record for most days over 110 degrees or something. So just crazy with the heat. It has been tough to enjoy things outside. But yeah, it's we're in August now. Hopefully another month or so and things will start chilling out and we can get back to enjoying life, being out in the sun. And that's another thing too. I haven't been out in the sunlight very much. So maybe I'm getting a little like, what do you get? Like vitamin D or something from the sun, from being out in the sunlight? Maybe I need just to go lay out and like get a tan. Look at me. Look at how pasty I am. You know, even my farmer's tan is somewhat going away, which I used to have a pretty gnarly farmer's tan, but yeah, I need to get back out and start doing some stuff in the sun. Yeah, you live in Fontana. It's hot. No, the IE, man, Robert, the IE is no joke in the summertime. It is toasty. Yep. Yes, doing good. Just got off work. Now I'm at the gym. Nice. Hey, Robert, have a great workout. That's awesome. Very cool. Let's see. My AC is in overdrive. I know. And this is the first year we have used our air conditioner way more than we ever have before. This year is just, it's been nuts this last, month or so. But yeah, it's very hot. And it's, people that at this point, anybody who would deny climate change, to me, it's kind of like a flat earther. It's like, get over it, get real. Things are changing. Why? I mean, you could look at a lot of reasons why the climate's changing. Some natural, some man-made, whatever. But the one thing I think we have to figure going forward in the future, let's just say we get to a point where, everything is windmill or solar power or, nuclear powered or whatever, and we're not having these pollutants from our cars and everything put out in the air. Say we get to that point. There's always the earth is a rock with air and water on it floating through outer space. And a lot of our weather and everything is impacted by the moon. And, with the moon, what is it they say? Like, is it an inch? I don't think it's an inch a year, an inch every 10 years or something like that. The moon is moving further away from the earth. So we can't just rest on our laurels that we're going to have good weather forever. Human beings as a species need to make sure that we're doing what we can to protect our planet and go to Mars and get Mars going, or wherever we're going to go in the galaxy, to try and live and survive. We have to look into the future and how that's going to happen, because I think even if we get every polluting vehicle off the road and shut down some of these factories and stuff, things are still going to change, and I don't think it's going to get like for the better anytime soon. So yeah, we got to figure it out. But man, yeah, I'll tell you what, electricity bill, woo-wee, running air conditioning all month long, electricity, it's getting expensive. Arizona broke the record for 30 days, 118. Wow. 118 degrees. Crazy. 115 degrees. Many people died in Arizona. I think they had to get more freezers for the day. Wow. I hadn't heard that. That's crazy. I'll tell you, I've been out in Arizona for some of that heat, but I mean, I live a half hour away from downtown Palm Springs. There's, Palm Springs is on par with Phoenix and Vegas as far as heat. So, yeah, I mean, there's been days where I've gone outside here at my house and it's been 115, 116 was the hottest that I've seen it here this year at my house. It's nuts, absolutely nuts. At home watching OGP ramble, I ramble. That's what I do. I ramble. And for some reason we have fun. We have a lot of fun talking with my rambling here. We're just 3 months away till October and all the spooky festivities. Paul, you are 100% right. I cannot wait. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Nope. I don't have specific plans aside from conventions for that fall season yet, but I really hope. I want to go back. I absolutely love being in New England in the fall. So hopefully I can make it back there at some point this fall. No AC here. I'm getting through. My AC unit died in the back of my house. Oh, that sucks. I'm in Michigan, so the most we saw was 93 or something, and then 88 and below. Well, that's not too bad, but I know, but Jude, you can still get some humidity up there, and that humidity with 80, just say 90 degrees and humid, that can still suck too. So yeah, some of those big old fans, those ones that sit on the floor and just really, blow hard through the house, those, yeah, a couple of those, and you all right. You get it'll do the job. And they're a lot cheaper than running an air conditioner 24/7 as well. That Saw X trailer gave a lot of the film. I agree with you. Who else? Somebody just, and I missed it. Robert C. What do you think of the new trailer for Saw X? It did, Balzer. It gave away a lot of the story, but I hope there's still enough to it that we can appreciate. Now we know at the end of this movie, because so they're saying that this Saw movie takes place between like Saw 1 and 2. And so, and if you've seen all the first 3 Saw movies, they all kind of are intertwined. But they did give us a lot of what's going on. And basically what we're getting is that Jigsaw, John, is pissed at the doctors who said they were going to do a surgery and try and save his life, and they didn't. They bullshitted him. And so now he's hell-bent on revenge against them. And so this Saw is kind of more from his perspective, as opposed to the other movies where they've all been from the perspective of the victims. So it's kind of flipping the tables on which perspective we're watching the movie from. So I'm excited about that. And I hope they didn't give us too much that it kind of takes away from the whole experience of going to see the movie. I'm still going to love the movie no matter what. I was telling Wet Movie One, I think this has potential to be like, maybe my second or third favorite Saw movie of them all. And looking at the trailer, it has potential to be the best. Who knows? But I'm very excited for it. I am very excited. It looks so good. Let's see. You love to watch you ramble and rant, and that's what Hey, you get going enough, and we get on a little tangent, and the ramble does it turns into a rant sometimes. It really does. And I try not to get like too negative, but sometimes I get off track, and that's what happens. But it's how it goes. But I love having you here hanging out, even if you're just lurking in the shadows, not commenting. I still feel the presence of the Balzer man in the background there. Have you been to the Spirit Halloween store lately? I know they opened in California already. I've not. I haven't done anything. I haven't been. I need to go to Barnes and Noble, Spirit. I've been being lazy. I've been being lazy. Grocery store a couple times, Walmart a couple times, and a lot of time on the couch over there, just trying to start feeling better. And I thought I was born rambling man. No. Well, Fluffy, can do a little rambling and stuff, but I think I got you beat in that category as far as being able to just look 2 hours and 20 minutes. We probably spent 15 minutes unboxing, but the other 2 hours and 20 minutes we're talking about anything and everything under the sun. From movies to aliens to conspiracy theories to Marilyn Monroe and JFK and everything in between. You never know what we're going to talk about. And that, yeah, Rob, man, I'm going to hopefully be doing a lot more of these videos. Be seeing the doctor again very soon. Hopefully they can give me some vitamins or something to start feeling better. We shall see, though. We shall see. But I definitely miss hanging out with y'all. Let's see here. This stream will make my day that has just started for sure. Well, and I appreciate that, Jude. I really do. And in these, I always, even if, and I'll tell you, there was a lot of Mondays. There was a lot of Mondays doing EMAG show where I was like, man, I just was not feeling it. I was like, I don't want to do this today. And then I fire up the camera, get online, start talking to everybody, and had a blast. I don't think there was one EMAG show at the end where I was like, oh, thank God that's over. I always enjoyed them, and they always made me feel better and stuff. So, I think it does. It's therapeutic. Talking about movies, things that we enjoy, things we love, taking our mind off some of the stuff we deal with on a daily grind, or some of the things that we've dealt with in life. Hanging out, talking stuff it's a lot of fun. It really is, and that's one of the things that the EMAG show, we were getting so many bots and people that were just watching, trying to win stuff. Getting down. Yeah, it's 4:30 in the morning over here. And I think our peak viewers tonight was like somewhere in the 20s. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm not, I don't need it to talk to, a million people. Would I love to have a million viewers, subscribers, whatever? Yes, because then I could do this and, we'll do it full time, and it's going to, put me in a place financially where we can give away a lot better stuff and just focus on this and kind of like move past some of the other things in life that I'm dealing with. That would be great. But that's, but just hanging out with some true friends here is what it's all about. And it's awesome. Having so many of the legends hanging out tonight is so cool. Trying to go to bed, but OGP's keep me awake. Yeah, right. I might have to call BS on that one, a Fluffa Gamer. You would not be asleep yet. You would be laying there watching Wet Movie 1, walk around a convention center, or you'd be watching something right now. You'd be watching something. I know you would. The Fluffa one is in the house. Indeed, Mr. Fluffa. Just woke up half hour ago, 6:35 a.m. Central Time. Yeah, it is. It's a very, very early in the morning here. Yeah, so, yeah, it is. It's a sun. I mean, if I went outside right now and looked to the west, I would probably see the sky starting to lighten up here. But definitely an hour from now, it is going to be getting daylight out there. But speaking of, which is funny, speaking of daylight, I've been going out early in the morning just because it is like I enjoy. This is something that like my parents made me do as a kid, and I hated doing it. But now I enjoy doing it. And that's watering the lawn. Sorry, needed a sip of the Diet Coke there. as a kid, my parents would we didn't have sprinklers. They'd be like, go water the lawn. And so I'd go out there, water the lawn, spend 15, 20 minutes, hated it because missing my afternoon cartoons or whatever. And, but now, like sitting out there, just being out in the fresh air and watering the lawn, watching the birds fly around and stuff, like it is very therapeutic. I just love being outside and doing that. And so I've been doing that a lot lately, just going out in the morning, watering the lawn, figuring like, oh, well, our yard, because California watering laws and stuff, like you can't have your sprinklers set every day and all that stuff, which whatever, it is what it is. I'm kind of a rebel in that sense. But, ever since a few years ago when California really first got hit hard with the drought and they made us stop watering our lawns, we've struggled keeping it green. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go out here. I'm going to give the lawn a little extra water. And I'm going to go out and just, water the lawn a little bit and spend some time doing that. When I come to find out that my wife has turned off the sprinklers because she's trying to kill the grass. And I'm out there like actually watering it. Like we're fighting each other and didn't even know it because she didn't tell me that she, was trying to kill the grass. And I thought I was out there. I'm just enjoying myself, the peace, just listening to the birds, watching the birds and the sun coming up and stuff and just out there watering the grass. It is just kind of therapeutic. And now I'm not going to be doing that anymore, but maybe I'll go, sit outside and just, watch the sun come up or something. I don't know, but it is nice just being outside and enjoying the fresh air. That's for sure. Being cooped up inside all the time, not good for you. I missed the eMaggie tag days. Giveaways were great, but getting along with people in the room was real. We have a lot of things in common, movies, everything in between. Yes, wicked. And so I'm not promising anything. Who knows where I am with my health and what's going on. But I've been thinking about doing something again on a regular basis. We talked, and Justin is, I believe, out in I talked to Justin. His move got delayed by like a week out to Texas, and he's a little bit north of Houston. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give away his home address or anything, but he's in between Houston and Dallas somewhere, and their move got delayed for the what do you call it, escrow got delayed a week, and I haven't talked to him since to make sure that they did get out there, but I'm sure they're in Texas by now. But I talked to Justin. Like, I love talking to Justin and Matt, and if we could, if the three of us could get together, like on just a weekly chat for an hour or however long we go, I would absolutely love to do that. So that's something I'm working with them in the future when Justin's a little more settled out there in Texas. But also, something in my life is changing. Something. So, and there is an element of my life that I keep away from YouTube. And there's, and that same element, I keep YouTube away from it. And something is changing there that may allow me, like, present itself to where I don't know that we'll go back with the same format like eMaggie tag, because I don't want the show to be about giving stuff away. I want it to be about talking movies and on whatever things that we love. But there may be a regularly scheduled show coming up in the near future, assuming I'm feeling up to it and assuming that this change happens. And things are in flux right now. And I should know about 15, 16, 17 days from now. I should know for sure if that's going to happen. So hopefully maybe by the end of the month, I'm announcing something and we're getting back to a regular live chat, like a regular once a week for sure live chat. And the out and about videos are going to come when they come. I have, like I said, I'm halfway. It's already 14 minutes long, the video from Midsummer Scream, and I've got a lot more footage, and I have the pickup portion of that video that I recorded with Wet Movie One afterwards. That we'll push that video. It'll be at least a half-hour video from Midsummer Scream that will be coming out in the next couple days, and then I will have that video from that film festival with Master Chaos and Jeff. And I didn't ask him for sure, but I just went under the assumption that that was Jeff, who was the director of the movie Elves, will be there. And Master Chaos is going to have his DP, cinematographer, his camera guy will be there as well. So I'm looking forward to, I'm not sure if he was at the premiere of Headless Horseman or not. I don't remember, but either meeting him or seeing him again. Looking forward to that. But that film festival for the Severin, I think it's to do with their Black Friday releases. Looking forward to that. Can't wait to go hang out with Master Chaos again. Love that guy. He's just such a cool, kind, loving human being. Absolutely love him. So, Killer of Grass, new series. Yes, no, she's killing the grass. And so she wants to like do something different with the front yard. And so that's the intention there. I think, you know, she wants to kind of like have like change our porch around and stuff. So I think that's where we're going with that. So we'll see. I don't know. But I'm no longer watering the lawn. OGP, I don't want to bring this up again, but can you explain the story behind Matt phone pool incident? I remember you guys were plastered that night. Sure. Yeah, no. Good question there. Woo boy. So, and so one thing that we haven't addressed either is, a while back I took down for a few days because I had something going on in life that I was like, you know what? There's a lot of these videos I may or may not want the public to have access to right now. So I took everything down for a while, and I put back up a lot of stuff. There's some other stuff that's going to come back selectively or whatever, but that video was one of them that came down. That's for sure. That video came down. That night, I mean, it was obviously, and when we do those, the intention is to hang out and start completely sober and drink and get trashed. And then you get to watch the entire process. And it's crazy because I watched the beginning of that video and perfectly sober, like now. And then by the end, I am so incoherent. And it's funny because I always wake up the next morning. And the first thing I think, it's like a hangover moment after those videos. I go, oh shit, where's my phone? Where are my keys? Hopefully I didn't drive anywhere. Where's my phone? And I have to go back and watch the video, make sure I didn't say anything stupid. And so a lot of times I'll take the video down until I get a chance to watch it, and then I'll put it back up or whatever. But so sometimes I don't put it back up because I say stuff that I'm like, you know what, that's not stuff I want out there. Just being that drunk and sounding stupid. So that video was crazy because, Matt, if you watch that video, Matt was egging me on, and he was like pushing me to do truffle shuffle and getting a little handsy and stuff. And so he was pissing me off. I'm not very much I'm not really into human contact. A little bro hug here and there, I'm good. But as far as like being all like hands-on with other dudes and stuff, it's just not something I've ever been comfortable with. And so he was getting a little handsy with me, and I was like, bro, you're pissing me off here. And then when he pushed me in the pool, and here's the thing, I have no memory of that. And I went on and on and on and on and on about, I love these guys and everything. And that went on for like a half hour. And I was watching, I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. But I have no memory of any of that. When I lost my memory, when everything goes blank, is about 3 or 4 shots in when we broke out. What were we drinking? It was like apple whiskey, right? When we broke that out, 3 or 4 shots in, and I was gone. And I have no memory of it aside from what I saw in the video. And I woke up and I was watching the video, and I see me push Matt in, and him talking and being so pissed about his phone, and I was like, oh God. So yeah, his phone, and he asked me not to, he didn't really want out there what was going on or what happened and everything, but so I'll say this once and then we'll just leave it at that and we'll move on from there. But yeah, his phone was toast after that. But you watch the video, he pushed me in the pool, and if you know me and you push me in a pool, you better watch your ass, because I'm coming for you. And that's what happened. And I helped. Apparently he had a light in his hand too, and luckily he had insurance on his phone. He was able to get a new phone, but he had a light in his hand too that was like $150 light. So I gave him the money. I paid for his light that got ruined. But just crazy, absolute craziness. And apparently, and watching the video, there's a point where I'm like, I had the bottle of whiskey and I was like pouring it and like spilling it intentionally, and Justin got all pissed off. And I saw that, I immediately text Justin. I was like, dude, I'm sorry. He's like, he laughed it off. He's like, Dad, don't even worry about it, man. Like, you're drunk. But crazy night. And I told Matt, I was like, all right, okay, no more drunk live streams from your backyard. And Matt's like, no. We can totally do the live streams. He's like, we don't have to stop doing those. So good news for you all. There will be at some point in the future another time where we're drunk in Matt's backyard again. So that won't be the last one ever. But Balzer fell asleep waiting for you to jump in the pool. He did $100 super. No, and you know what? And everybody, all the super chats and everything that came in, like, oh my gosh, all you guys over the course of the history of the channel and everything, absolutely appreciate every penny that everybody's ever sent. And Balzer is absolute legend for the super chats that he sent in. And yeah, I know that's what. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. When we do those videos, if I just go jump in the pool right away, I gotta take some fun out of it, right? I gotta egg you on a little bit, right? I gotta drag it out, right? And it pisses Matt off. Matt's just like, jump in the pool, do it already. I'm like, no, we gotta drag this out a little bit, we gotta drag it out. Yeah, and then sometimes, especially when I'm that drunk, like, oh my goodness, it gets absolutely crazy. So good times though, a lot of fun, and hopefully, I'm glad y'all like enjoy it, because it's, we have a good time doing it. And look at this, gosh, it's been forever. Skyla, how are you doing? Greetings from Benidorm. Nice, very cool. You've been in Benidorm for quite a while now, and if you're just jumping on, Skyla, you probably missed a bunch of what I've been talking about, but I've been under the weather for a while, so I haven't been talking or chatting with anybody. I've countless missed messages on Instagram that I still have to go respond to and everything. So it's been a while since we've chatted, Skyla, but I hope you're doing well. And hopefully you're happy over there in Benidorm. I don't know the whole story why you're still in Benidorm and everything, but I hope life is treating you a little bit better than it was. I know you were going through a pretty rough patch there with some different things and stuff, but hopefully things are going well for you, Skyla. But it's been a while, boy. But look at that, another one of the legends coming in. So many legends hanging out with us today. But that being said, as I mentioned a little while ago, I started having that like kind of woozy, weird feeling again that's been getting me over the past couple months. And it's time for me to go lay down and try and get some rest or watch From Beyond. And this, Skyla, you've seen this. This is one of the movies we talked about not too long ago, or you watched recently, right, Skyla? I think From Beyond was one that you recommended to me. But yeah, I think so. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. But 2.5 hours, boy, this has been fun. I'm so glad to have been able to, reconnect and chat with everybody for a while. I'm sincere when I say that I've missed y'all, and I'm glad that you have all been able to jump and hang out for a little bit. And like Jude, I hope the rest of you Have a wonderful rest of your day, or get some rest if you're going to bed right now. But take care of yourselves. And let's see here. Skyla says, I'm good. Things are better, and the weather is glorious, and we must talk soon. Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that, Skyla. And I'm gonna get to catching up on my messages on Instagram. And I got messages from Gail. I got messages from Antonis. I got a bunch of people I got to get back to. And Skyla, yeah, I'll shoot you a message, and we'll connect and see how things are going for you. But I'm glad to hear that, Skyla. Good news there. Paul Medina, you have a good morning as well. Let's see. I did a $20 super chat for a wet beer run to 7-Eleven, but soon after you cut the live stream, and that was that. Yeah, sorry. You know what? Hey, we'll make it up in the next one. We'll, as long as it's not 20 degrees outside, we'll try and do. And as long as one of us is sober, there has to be somebody sober there to drive us to 7-Eleven. We'll do because I want to do the soaking wet beer run in the tracksuit, but the tracksuit's ruined. The chlorine destroyed that tracksuit. So luckily with all those supers and everything, I'm going to apply some of that money to a new tracksuit. And I'll show you the white parts all kind of like faded into blue now and everything. But we'll do that. It's going to be hysterical walking into 7-Eleven in a dripping wet tracksuit. It's going to be a blast. But we'll do that. We'll get it done soon. Yes, Balzer, take it easy, and Jude as well. Everybody, it's been a blast. Thank you all. Take care of yourselves. I will see you all very, very soon. I promise. There's a video coming from Midsummer Scream. I think you're going to enjoy it. As I'm editing it, rewatching, I'm like, wow, this was, I know I had a lot of fun, but there's so much content here that is just enjoyable, good content. So I really hope you enjoy that video, and we will do this again very, very soon. Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, tracksuit. Yep. Spirit Kid, take care. Let's see you, everybody. Have a good morning, night, day, whatever it is. Bye.